Hello everybody, NCS here, and why can you see my cursor anyway? I thought I disabled that. Whatever. Welcome to Koumajou Densetsu 2, which for some reason can only be played in full screen. So, funny thing, the first game would only be played in windowed mode. I had no ways to get that to full screen, at least not as far as I know, and it was the smallest resolution possible. And this one only plays in full screen? Like, I don't know what's going on with these games, but anyway. Let's start from the beginning. Not inside the stage. I only went there because there's no music anywhere else. Also, voice acting! And professional voice acting from what I can tell. You definitely got the correct voice for Yukari.
何か楽しいことがあったみたいじゃない？あなたのお嬢様の思いつきで。思いつきでというのは否定しませんけどね。私も参加したかったのだけど。どうせいつものように寝ていたんでしょ。否定はしないわ。それで、お寝坊さんがここに何の用かしら。そうね。その素敵な吸血鬼さんに挨拶に来たのだけど。どうやらご不在のようだったので、代わりに私が留守を預からせて。
Take care of a place, eh?
しらじらしい。お嬢様たちがいらっしゃらないのも、あなたが関係しているとでも言っているみたいね。あら、そう聞こえる？平静を装っているけど、内心はと言って貴様。たぎらないたぎらない。綺麗なお顔が台無しよ。口で言ってもわからないよね。それはこっちのセリフ。少し頭を冷やしたら。
Oh, come on, making people stop is our ability.
頭の悪い人間、気づかないようだから教えてあげるわ。春がまだ来ないとでも言えばいいかしら。春が面白いと思わない？まあ、ヒントはここまでにしておきましょう。待ちなさい。誰かに盗まれた春。誰が何の目的でなんて。それじゃあごきげんよう。
Assuming that this is an alternative event, or rather an alternative to Perfect Cherry Blossom, that would be the Saki has no idea what's going on still.
確かに春なのにこの木を。お嬢様がいないこととそれが何か関係がある。お嬢様。
Anyway, in this game here, we actually have we can choose which sub weapons we want, and we can unlock more of them later on. So that's really nice. Hey there. So yeah, in this game, compared to the first one, for starters, we only have limited flight indicated by the blue meter, which is our magic meter in general. Well, I say magic, but all of our magic that we really have is flight and this multi-sword attack, I guess. Can you do that while moving? You can. It's essentially the Grisgrim. Except it's not nearly as powerful. For starters, it's limited by the amount of magic you have. And it's weaker than your regular attack, technically speaking. If you hit with every single strike, it might be stronger, but well, I think that can be a little bit tricky. And yeah, during the flight, you only ever have access to this multi-strike attack. Kind of like you only had access to the amulets in the first game. Yeah, in this game we don't play Requiem anymore, we play Sakia. Well, that amounts to much outside of that we now don't have a whip anymore. No. Kind of unfortunate. Well, that's unfortunate, but this knife is faster than the whip was. So that's good. This knife, which really has the length of a sword. guy supposed to do something? I did set this to hard, didn't I? Alright, after last time I did double check, and yeah, the first game was indeed set on hard. Which might explain why Pachali was dealing ridiculous amounts of damage. Guess I only have to blame myself for that, huh? I sort of say, what do you mean this enemy's still alive? But nope, just a little frog. Alright, we finally have a downward kick this time around. But it consumes magic for some reason. And it's reasonable damage, I guess. Wasn't something out here? I thought there was. Ah, there we go. Yeah, this time there's wall meat in this game. Or at least in this game I know where the wall meat is, more so than in the first game. I'm just double checking, okay. There we go. Gotta make use of the downward kick as much as I can, because it's probably not useful for long anymore. Speak of the devil, first boss battle. Not against melee.
以前とは姿が若干異なる。このまがまがしい木は紛れもなく高魔女。もしまたお嬢様が。いや、ゆかりが。
Seki, you do realize that Mei-Ling is lying tied up right in front of you. Maybe you might want to, you know, untie her.
この城は誰が？ その声は
How have you not noticed her?
どういうことなの？これは一体。話は後で縄を解いてと言って。はいはい、分かっています。早くほどいてほしいんでしょ？あなたはアリス。 レミリアのメイドじゃない。
Alright, Alice was the oh no. Oh no 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 no.
どういうことか説明していただける？何が？
Then again, I was thinking of another first boss, which would have been way worse technically, so I guess Alice is better in that case.
このように。あれメイリン？何してるの？って私。あなた以外誰がいるかしら？
Maybe somebody who's now inside the castle, Sakia? Just untie Mei-Ling, she can verify whether it's Alice or not. See, Mei-Ling agrees.
私じゃないよ。知らない。力ずくで来いと言っているよね。
Yeah, in this game you also have a backwards dash, I guess. Which makes dodging these kind of things a little bit easier than slide last time in my opinion. Not that it's easy, just easier. And I think this time there is a tiny bit of invincibility. Not that it's helping me. I'm way too close to her. I probably should just be using my sub-weapons too. That might help. Or just jump through the gaps, they're big enough still. No, not anymore. Too close. Speaking of, where did my second sub-weapon go? I had the second one selected, didn't I? Well, not that it's working against this boss, because stopwatches generally don't work on bosses. do you mean I cannot use my knives? Okay, I can't use my knives midair. Not that well, but I can. Good thing is that your hitbox is actually a lot smaller than it appears. I don't entirely know how big the hitbox is, but it is. I don't think it covers the head for starters.
So, これで話す気になったかしら。だから私何も知らないってば。
Just untie me, Ling!
それもそうね。ありがとうございます。メイリー、あなたをこんな姿にしたのは誰？いや、そのちょっと前までコーマ館の庭で。
God damn it, you useless gatekeeper.
ちょっと昼寝を。いや、ちょっとした仮眠を。どっちも同じです。すみません。それで昼寝をしていたら何者かに急に。ということは誰もが容疑者になりうるということね。どうして私の方を睨むの？私あれあるもん。アリバイ。そうアリバイだってさっきまで昨夜が高林堂で買い物してたの見たもの。それを知っているということはメイリンを襲うのは物理的に不可能と。
I mean, we don't know when Meiling's. Well, I guess Meiling would kind of know when she's being tied up and stuff.
なるほど。わかった。ようやくわかってくれた。昨夜レミリアのことになるとすぐこうなるんだもの。何か。いえ、なんでもないです。ほらメイリー、城に入るわよ。はい。怖え。
After all, gotta get these end of stage ops in style. But now we have access to Meiling as a sub-weapon. Or partner, technically speaking. But partners are really just sub-weapons, so... I don't trust these chandeliers, and I know why. Like in the first game, if there's a chandelier, it's gonna fall. Or any game, really. But, right, I guess I can show off Meiling if I remember how to switch partners. Okay, L1. And Meiling is essentially the axe of any regular Castlevania game, somewhat. Except she bounces up first and then comes jumping down at the enemy. Or not if you don't aim properly. I kind of find that she's a little bit more difficult to use than a regular axe, but that's probably just because I'm more used to the regular axe's flying arc compared to Meiling here. But for what it's worth, Meiling at least has more use than the knives have. Although, I mean, the knives still... Yeah, they have more range than you normally. As for the stopwatch, it does what you think it does. It costs way too much for its use. Right, you're shooting projectiles, I cannot knock those out. But axes are no more problem. Considering how good this Chrysogrim like slashes, how much space it covers. Why did I jump? Alright. Not so subtle hidden passage. At me from through the wall. That appears to be the way forward, okay. Oh. Well, that's just a dead end, huh? I still have the ability to backdash in this game here. I was really missing that in the first one. Oh, right, these paintings have hands. I think you can just... Oh. I just moved backdash, but I guess just not walking into the hands works too. Yeah, they come out of paintings if you're getting close enough. Not out of every painting, but a lot of them. Any hidden... Why? Don't walk halfway down the stairs, that's rude. Ooh, yeah, the next room. This room's still a little bit troublesome, from what I remember. Yeah, it has spikes. Instant death spikes, no less. Which means... wait. Wrong button. There we go. And this platform will just fall, or not fall, but it will rotate. I guess you can just fly here, but... you have to be careful not to use up all of your magic, otherwise you just drop like a rock. And I'm just gonna ignore you. That's way safe. Oh no. Ah! Archer Fairy, how could you? I thought I was the one employing you. You're fired! Okay, that platform actually lasts for a lot longer than I thought. You can just take your time with killing the skeleton. Oh. Yeah, let's throw that guy over. I'm still awfully wary of this axe made though. Because these axes don't only hurt like crazy, but they also have knockback. And I don't think you can start flying after you receive some knockback, so... that is the way forward. Which means... nothing really. Oh. And we have two fairies with spears here. I guess I could just stop time, or I could just use melee to kill them. Much better. Oh no. Oh no. Let's get out of here. Actually, the fairies should... oh, yes. Follow you all the way to the ledge. Much easier to deal with them that way, because like the first game, they can step upwards and are kind of annoying that way. And unlike the first game, we don't have infinite airtime, so you have to choose your battles wisely and which ones to skip. Speaking of skipping, oh no. They thought of it! They thought of it! Shit. Can I can. Nice. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Well, I guess I just have to stop just before the paintings when I'm trying to attack the fairies, but it's a little iffy. Hello, Chen. Well, this is our castle, technically speaking.
あなたがここにいるということは、この城はゆかりの息がかかっているということです。質問に答えろ。この城を作ったのはあなたのご主人様？それとも勝手に質問するな。まあどちらでもいいわ。そこを通してくださる？やだよ。コーマ館の連中を通すなって言われてるもん。メイリン、また旅はある？そう都合よく持ってないですよ。物で釣ろうったってよだれが出てるわ。何をバカにして。猫相手に話し合いは無理よね。
Alright, Chen. Let's see if I still remember her moveset. What it's worth, her pattern is 100%. Well, do the same order every time. And if you know how to lure her properly, you should never take any damage. Problem, I haven't played this game forever, so... I'm doing well enough, I said, just about as I was getting hit. The big trick against Chen is to have her projectiles line up so you can backdash, move them at the same time. Or to just be on a place so you can just ignore them altogether. Like this. Yeah, it's just easier to fly through here in my opinion. Yeah, only 2 more hits or so. One big thing with Chen 2 is you need to be careful and take your time. Then you can do it in one try, unlike Alice. What?
手間をかけさせないで。悔しい。さて、通してもらいますよ。
I'm starting to doubt if this is really set on hard again. Fucking Alice did kill me a couple times, so maybe it is.
咲夜さん、はい。また旅はありませんが。なんだ、また物で釣ろうと。お嬢ちゃん、猫じゃらしはお好きかしら。そんなもの、そんなもの。いつまで我慢できるかしらね。このチョコマカと動いて、この。
No cat can resist the foxtail. I'm speaking from experience here. And of course, now none of my cats are actually here to look at. Oh wait, it says right here that it's on hard. Oh, neat. Doing well right now, but it's gonna change, don't worry. The next catacomb? I don't remember who the boss of this stage was, but... Oh wait, no I do. Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna lose a lot of lives here, I'm pretty sure. This is when the bosses start getting difficult. Playing both of the Koumajou Densetsu games just back back after each other. It really makes me appreciate just how much smoother this game feels now compared to the first one. They really did improve a lot in gameplay. I'm guessing you could freeze these spike crushers here with the stopwatch ability, but it's okay with that additional enemy down here. It might be useful. Oh no, I'm dead. But it's not that bad. It's really easy to dodge. Nice. As per usual. Yeah, let's equip it just in case I panic and die again. Goodbye, slime, I guess. And not even a need for the stopwatch. Alright, that was probably the hardest part in this entire stage. I don't think there's any more instant death crushers coming up. But it might be, it's been forever since I played this game last time. I love this backdrop here. Looking really nice. I'm assuming this is supposed to be like the capital of former hell, or at least former hell in general, where the Oni live. Considering we appear to be underground now, that would make sense at least. Attack every tombstone. You never know which one is fake. They're worse than mimics, I swear. Not as annoying as the tombstones in Symphony of the Night, though. These ones don't have like 10 HP and only ever take 1 HP damage, no matter what. Although I guess you can one-shot them as the wolf. Which is what I tend to do, just transform into a wolf and dash through them, killing, not only ignoring them all, but also killing them all in one hit. You can stop though. Ooh, nice. I'm assuming that meat was sitting in the wall and not inside of the bath. Since I don't think enemies have drops in this game. Except for souls. Crud. Did you take damage from water in this game? I want to say no, but... the answer is no. Good. And yet there doesn't seem to be anything down here. Except for a really angry turtle. I didn't do anything to you. In fact, I wanted to let you live, but now you die. Yeah, just a dead end. Okay. Oh, I guess there was one up in here though. That makes up for it. I'm doing still fairly well so far, so let's see which stage it will take for me to get my first game over. My bet is on next one, because I'll definitely not get through this stage's boss without losing at least 10 lives. You may live. Rud. You won't. Or I guess you will because I can't get through you. Which means you won't live after all. Well. I wonder if the damage numbers will get higher in the next stages though, because I'd rather not get ferried to the afterlife, thank you very much, Koumajou.
また面用な。なんであなたがここにいるんです？死者の魂を運ぶのが大の仕事。昨夜、サンズの皮はいらんかね？サンズの皮は売り物じゃないでしょ。まだ死んでないし。人間だったらいずれ必要になるじゃない？まあ、そうだけど。とりあえずその船乗せてくれるかしら。ほい来た。サンズの皮一丁。いいところに連れて行ってあげよう。
I really appreciate this reference to the ferryman in Symphony of the Night. I mean, she even dresses like him. And I'm pretty sure she has the same, or at least a similar animation. And you know, the entire concept of there being a fairy in this castle here. Where there are bats that are trying to assault you, although the sardine were not in Symphony of the Night, at least not in this area. Now I wonder which came out first, Mega Mario or this game here? So who stole the Koumajou ferry ride? Boss already? Huh. I thought the stage was a little longer.
なるほど。サンズの川に片足を突っ込んだあなたにお似合いな場所ね。こんな妙な場所を作って待ち伏せているということは知って。何を？お嬢様と春の行方。興味ない。興味もないし教えるつもりもない。あくまでも教えるつもりはないと。平和的に生きたかったのにね。そう思っている顔には見えないけどね。
Anyway, here we have Youyoumu, whose pattern I've completely forgotten. But the same strategy still holds true, where you wanna try and no. Okay, here are the damage numbers that I was expecting. Yeah, Youyoumu is the first, in my opinion, actually difficult boss. Although, if I don't know how to handle Chen, then Chen is also really difficult. But this is what you can do against Youyoumu. You can get her stuck here. If you don't get her stuck though, and she follows you into this little area here, then you're just kind of screwed. Anyway, I'm out of here. Like this? Plus side, she's already taken a lot of damage. Oh dear. That worked? But how did I dodge these turns? Oh no. Yeah, if you get hit by her sword, you take a ton of damage, unfortunately. Come on up here. Oh no. That's not up. That was a miracle. Twice! Ah, I hit it out anyway. Ah, it was a good effort. Oh right, if you hit her ghost half, an extra set of bullets is emitted. Good. Let's just try and stay here now. Okay, there was no way I was not gonna get by one of these at some point. Yeah, unfortunately the lingering slashes deal damage. somehow avoid Youyoumu slashes altogether. That's the way to go. And that's easier said than done. Unsurprisingly. Come on, stay up. Thank you. Ironically enough, I feel like it's easiest to dodge most of her projectiles by staying as close as possible to her. Despite, you know, her being a sword user. Oh, this is bad position. Oh god, that was terrible too. There it goes half 1,000 times. Oop. Yelling, help me! There we go. Hey, that's Youmu's line. Don't steal it, Sake. You're not Marisa. You're not supposed to be stealing anything.
興味があろうとなかろうと教えるつもりがあろうとなかろうとあなたから聞けぬのであればあなたのご主人に聞くことになるわ。
And just in case anyone wants to know, no, I never make use of this, like, backdash, sword, knife throw ability outside of getting the orb, because it's way too difficult to aim. Anyway, we're at the library. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, which was the button for that again? Oh no, there, yeah, I got the thing fixed. I can now show emotions. And this stage is definitely a sad emotion. Yeah, we're at the library again. And spoilers, this time we're not gonna fight Pachuli. It's gonna be worse. Anyway, let's get back to normal. The stage itself isn't bad, just the boss. I'll definitely need to redo it. Like, 13 lives are not gonna cut it. Just watch me doing it on the first try, which... yeah, no, that's never gonna happen. It would be lovely. But it's doubtful. I mean, that works too, I guess. Or not. The damage numbers in this game are scaled down significantly compared to the last one. Or maybe we're just not getting hit by the right kind of attacks. Okay. That said, I'm starting to realize how many of the design choices or like the level design snippets are from the last game, because in the last game there was also like a skeleton standing here and a bug being up here and shooting at you. I never realized that so many stage design similarities were present. I think if we don't push that far enough, we get a little goodie down here. By little goodie I mean an enemy attacking us. It was a trap! Yeah, that guy just keeps them ghosts if you attack them, unfortunately. Let's go with Scotty first. Also, I think the end of the screen, yeah, is right up here. In this room, there was this one annoying enemy, wasn't there? No? Was it another room? Or is it just further back? Nope. Nope. Must be another room. remember one instance where there was a really annoying enemy where I always wanted to dodge it, but it's super hard to actually do that. Yep. Speaking of annoying enemies, bugs. You're not supposed to be alive even. Why do you attack me so? I'm kind of disappointed that these books here don't have giant boxing gloves that they attack you with. That was like the best thing about the books in Symphony of the Night. This comic little large boxing glove coming out of the book and attacking you. Oh, is this the room maybe? I'm gonna send oh. Right. That's not how I thought this would go. There we go, much better. Okay. So it seems like one downward jump, one dive kick, I guess, is half a sword or a knife swing. Huh. What was that? Oh, it might have been at the Phantasm stage. Oh no. Oh no. Anyway, we're here.
Pachuri-sama, どうされたのです？誰です？誰がこんなことを？レミが。お嬢様がどうしたのです？あら、お前たち何やってんだ？
I love Marisa's design of this game. It's so good.
キリサメ、マリサ。奇遇だねって雰囲気じゃなさそうだな。あなたがパチュリ様を？さあね。その様子だといろいろご存知のようね。さあね。これ以上言わせる気かい？やれやれ。他人のお城でお掃除することになるとはね。私のほうきは伊達じゃないぜ。
What are you saying here, Marisa? Last time we met, well, not last time, but in the actual game, you were asking to become a maid of the mansion. Oh god. Yep. Here we are again. Very directional lasers. And a massive spark. Yeah, Marisa's hectic. And quite a bit. Actually, I think the big strategy here was not this. Hide up down here. And just pray to God that she doesn't come down far enough. Yeah, all of Marisa's lasers hit a lot, so I guess talking about the damage numbers earlier was the game's way of saying, yeah, should have done that. But sitting down here is actually a super safe spawn for the most part. I have the feeling that at some point Marisa's Master Spark will reach all the way to the bottom though. At least that's what I remember. Over here, just standing here and ducking was the correct choice, I think. Yeah, definitely. Earth Light Ray, Master Spark. Alright, no, the problem with Master Spark is that I think Marisa comes closer and closer if you don't kill her. And eventually all you can do is stand next to the door and then you're dead. Yeah, Marisa is white. Frightening in this game, definitely. That didn't work. Oh, you supported the left, Marisa. No! And the proper games, Marisa is usually the fastest character out of any of the playable characters, and she's definitely making good use of that speed in this game. And she also kind of has the highest firepower, at least. Like, compared to Reina and Marisa, it's usually Marisa is faster than Reina, and also has the bigger firepower. Balance it out though, Reina has a smaller hitbox and homing, so Reina's pretty much the easy mode character, and Marisa is just, have fun dying. On both sides. Marisa is pretty much the glass cannon. Crud. I need a little bit of life. Marisa's also almost dead, so as long as I'm not getting hit by a Master Spark next, I should be fine. That is entirely dictated by how far she moves. Good. Yeah, I think all of these patterns here are, except for that one maybe, are references to Marisa's spell cards in various games, really. Also, did it only lose like 4 lives? Damn. Then why did you attack us? Well, I guess that's just a proper heroine procedure. Attack first, who you think is part of the incident, and ask questions later. Huh? Thanks. I'm not so sure about that, Sakia. Marisa's lying a lot, but I think her lies are usually easy to see through because she doesn't actually want to be lying, if that makes sense. Like, her lies are intentionally very easy to see through. Oh, but why? I could really make use of your Master Spark, even if it costs me 100 souls. Actually, no, in that case I would never use it. Of course. That too. Or till death, you mean? Only Alice? Is that how you agree to proper friend of yours? It's kind of funny now that I think about it. Everybody has quite a bit of a design change, and yet Alice doesn't. I mean, sure, like, she looks a little bit different due to the artist's style, but other than that, her design is one for one compared to the normal or actual original games, official games. There we go. I guess Pachuli also only got a hoodie, or not hoodie, but a hood on her shoulder cloth, I guess. Or no, I guess it is part of her nightgown, I guess. But it's part of the shoulder cloth is going around the hood. Anyway, 2 new party members. Not that I'm gonna make use of them a whole lot. I don't know, Sakia just feels so good to control that I rarely ever use the sub-weapons in this game. Although I don't remember using the sub-weapons in the last game a whole lot either until, well, last time. Anyway, we can only have 3 characters with us, but that's more than enough. Oh, so we're in the Colosseum again. And this is what Pachuli does. She's the Holy Bible. She blocks pretty much any projectile that can be attacked or destroyed with a regular attack will be destroyed by the Philosopher's Stone that Pachuli casts. So if there's a lot of enemies with projectiles around, the Philosopher's Stone is actually really good to use here. As for Alice, yeah, I guess she's holy water, technically, sort of, except multiple uses at once. Not entirely sure. But I guess she's really good at attacking stuff that's below you, unless it's jumping towards you. But it does actually linger for quite a while and keep moving forward, so as long as you move forward as well, you should always be hitting something with them. That said, nailing seems better here. Up seems to be just hopefully a goodie. So this is annoying, so let's use it actually. Yeah, the Philosopher's Stone also deals some amount of damage. Juno's not in this game now. I don't think she appears at all, not even as a cameo or anything like that. To be fair, well, I guess like the entire embodiment of the Scalp Devil cast, save for Sakia, don't appear in Perfect Cherry Blossom either. And Juno only appears as a mid-boss in Perfect Cherry Blossom, so that well, I don't know where I was going with that. But this game here is primarily based on Perfect Cherry Blossom, and the embodiment of Scalp Devil characters only appear because, well, this is a Classic-Vania game, so we have to have vampires and stuff. And I might as well just throw in the entire rest of the of Vermilia's affiliates. Something that cannot be blocked with Pachuli, unfortunate. Yeah, something that I keep forgetting. The book takes a while to actually form. Oops. You doing good down there? 3 even. I'm gonna kill you with dive if you don't. Oh no. If I don't screw up, I guess. I can deal with you without Pachuli. You barely even know Juno, do you? And yet you're sad that she's not here. She really is a fan favorite, huh? Oh god. At least this enemy here is not as bad as the... God, what are they called? These half horses in Symphony of the Night. I can never deal with those. But this enemy here is fairly slow at least. I think it's pretty much everybody's response to Cherno. He's just such a lovable little idiot. And that's meant in a really endearing way, not in a mean way. Like, yeah, she's not smart, but it's part of the charm, and these dolls completely missed. Much better, but okay, that works. Yeah, the Minotaurs usually just have them walk up against the wall and then I attack them through that. I think I'm gonna use mailing for this.
Lady.
You could also just fly over that ferry, but let's actually use sub weapons for once. I guess that'll look better here. Go for slow C. It's an arrow shooter. Let's just use the book. Run. Run! Oh no. Run anyway! Bye! Oh, the elevator. I don't think I played any game where an elevator section was not... an elevator section that moved upwards, at least, that was not met with dread. They're usually super rough. Anyway, I'm out of here. Bye! I wouldn't mind that I didn't kill a single soul. Also, I really like that these bouncing skeletons bounce back if you hit them. Makes them so much easier to deal with compared to the bouncing skeletons in Symphony of the Night, where it just continuously keep getting hit by them. Unfortunately, in this game we don't have a slide attack, so we cannot slide through the Minotaur's jumps. Not that we need to, the Minotaurs are pretty dumb and there's usually walls. Except for this guy, as long as we quickly jump back, we should be fine. Okay, that guy might not even be able to hit us through the wall. The Minotaurs probably can, I'm pretty sure they hit me through the wall once. This is pretty dangerous. Okay, made it. To the boss even. Nice. Actually my favorite boss in the entire game. Not because of the callback to Symphony of the Night, which this game has a lot of.
昨夜だったらもう少し早く来るかと思ったけど、まさかあなたがこの高魔城の城主だったなんて。驚いた？驚くも何も。かつてお嬢様の野望を阻んだあなたがなぜ？話すことは何もないわ。私が言えるの。
Well, you see, the Bellman's only purpose is to defeat Dracula, but if they defeat Dracula, their role is over. So that's why she's now the lord of this castle, to keep resurrecting Dracula. Yeah, the only quote that I actually know by heart is the opening from Symphony of the Night. I'm sorry. Which, to be fair, I've played the game so much by this point I should know the entire script by heart.
ここから立ち去れ。今すぐによ。立ち去る意思はなしと。仕方ないわ。侵入者は排除するのみ。後悔するといいわ。
So yeah, well, the reason why this is my absolute favorite part, my favorite boss in the entire game, is because the game has a lot of movement of, a lot of attacks that, well, not this one, but a lot of attacks that just mimic that of a proper player character. And I always love fighting characters, like having boss battles that is like a player versus player kind of tag. That said, he actually has a couple of obvious boss attacks. Also, the music's great. Like she's probably attacking with a whip. She's doing a slide attack. Which, okay, both of these movements are the only actual player movements, but they're also a huge part of the moveset in this boss battle. And everything else could be said, yeah, the line of projectiles, just your sub-weapon usage here. It's actually also the reason why I love the boss battle against the Revenant in Bloodstain's Ritual of the Night. Because it's literally just you fighting against the opponent. Also, I'm horribly out of practice. Okay, so how... Oh god, I'm getting hit here no matter what. Yep. It's kind of funny though how Fama, the first game, just had perfect flight abilities, and now in this boss battle she barely flies at all. This battle kind of makes me wish that in Symphony of the Night, the Doppelganger boss battle was better. Like, most of the time, the Doppelganger battle just evolves into trick the enemy AI into jumping, and then you attack him, then he gets knocked back. Then you trick him to jumping again, then you attack him, then he gets knocked back, and it repeats until he's dead. It's kind of unfortunate. Oops, did not mean to do that. Oops. But honestly, for as difficult as this battle here is, it's just so much fun. I really wish more of the battles had like an active back and forth against the other character. And sure, like this entire movement here against Fama is entirely scripted. And she always does the same attacks in the same order. But it still feels a lot more active than, say, the last battle against Youyoumu. Because most of her attacks were just, well, I don't know. Bluma, can you please go away from the screen? I need you earlier, but right now you're, that works, I guess. Also, oh god, I just remembered. Please, Bluma, do not ever sit down on the escape key. Please don't ever, because this is one of these games which have escape be closed without asking. The first game too, incidentally. It did the same thing. And I don't know why. I don't know which world you would ever want that. Like, sure, have escape be close after confirm, but not just close, no matter what. Oh, not snow. Ah, those were... Nah, got stuck. Ah, the battle went so well too. Okay, Bluma. Not right now, okay? Oh, yes, right. No, don't sit down on the keyboard. Please. Yeah. Yeah. Later, okay? I know, why later if you can't have, if you could have right now? It's mean, I know. The world's cruel. really careful in this boss battle with when you are standing where, because a lot of the dodging is just luring projectiles into certain positions. If you stand in the wrong spot, it's really difficult to dodge afterward. But in a way, that is pretty much how aim just works in the shoot-'em-up games. Both as a player character and as a boss character. Like they really, oh no. They really got Davis moveset down well, shoot. Yeah, the Fantasy Seal gets super fast if you're too far up. How did it not get hit there? And stood up too early. I guess that'll work. This not so much, but it'll have to work. Okay. Why did it dodge? Oh no. I can still salvage this, probably. Never mind. But honestly, this battle here just really feels like an Alucard versus Belmont kind of battle. You with a knife, or, well, in Alucard's case, sword, versus the whip-wielding Belmont. Well, that worked. This didn't. Well, let's... Don't laugh at me, Raymond. You know that I can't dodge homing projectiles. Don't make fun of me. Yep. Yeah, but this one, the big one, the big ones do more damage. Ah, that was 2 misses. Yeah. Ooh, that slide hit hurt quite a lot. I guess it also... How? So does that whip. I'm not a vampire. That's not supposed to deal that much damage to me. I'm just a regular human. Just like you, Raymond. I mean, sure, how many humans have the ability to stop time indefinitely, but I mean, how many people have the ability to call upon the gods either, so you're just as suspicious as I am, man. Now, don't tell me that it's all just because you're the Hakare Shrine Maiden. That won't count. Not by my books. At least Marisal's entirely self-taught. You just have the ability. Right. Ah! I was floating. That's the one downside to the floating ability. If you want to jump and you're floating still, then you're just dropping instead of actually jumping. That is how it is. Ah! Get it twice by the same projectile. That's a new record. Yeah, that was good positioning. Sweet. Uh-oh. Okay. Thank God for invincibility frames. Ooh, wow, how did that work? I definitely did not have invincibility frames this time. Nice! On the last life, too!
これでおしまいよ。すべてを話して楽になる。もはやこれまでか。もはやこれまでよ。やめた。え？上司やめた。やっぱり私には神社あたりがちょうどいいわね。やめたって。まあ要するに私は雇われ上司ってこと。何に言われてね。
Not even by Yukari herself, just by her second command, really?
役もらんの？ そうそう。ちょっと面白そうだったし、なかなかそれっぽかったでしょ。それでこんなところに。そういうこと。だから私は詳しいこと分かってないの。ごめんね。とりあえずランが黒幕っぽいし、本人に直接聞いてみたら。なんという。私もついていくし、お遊びにしてはちょっとばかし度が過ぎてるわ。そうね。幻想郷の至るところで春が消え続けていく。これは異変よ。
Yay, they have joined our party! And I completely forgot what her ability actually was. With everybody else, I still remembered. Fame? I would have said that she throws some projectiles, but she might not? Well, now's the best time to check out. I'm gonna have to quit, or not quit, but like, take a continue a second anyway. So, Reima. Oh no, it was she's the Holy Cross. And costs 30, what? Alright, just go. There's no way I'm making it through the clock tower with no extra lives. Which stage was that? Was it stage 6? I think it was. Yes. Yeah, this game, I think the other game too, you can continue from any stage you want. Yeah, let's use that setup. But in the last game, I'm pretty sure if you ever start a new game, you have, like, it overrides your the last stage you ever got to, which is why Phantasm wasn't unlocked either, I think. Or I just didn't have a save file for that anymore, which is also entirely possible. Like this game, I mean, Koumajou Densetsu 2 here, I do play every once in a while. I haven't in forever, but before I was Let's Playing it, I did play it quite a lot. Which is probably why I'm doing a whole lot better than the first game too. Because I actually still have some muscle memory, I guess. And because this game just plays better and up there. Yeah, these guys are still as annoying as they used to be in the first game, I mean. Jesus, okay. Change plan. Actually might be the best option here. I mean, at Amos, Holy Cross might hit sometimes. Like this. Good enough. I don't need to kill that guy down there. I don't recall if these spikes here are instant death, but I'm just going to assume that they are. Like in any classic game, spikes are always instant death. Except maybe if you have invulnerability frames still. I would have Pachali back actually. I'm gonna have error protection. Ooh, food. Don't. Yeah, this guy does drop down. Just to say, I don't recall if he does or not, but apparently he does. I guess the sword knights are easier to deal with in this game too compared to the first one, since the first game all you had to do well, dodge them was a slide which dodges right into them, and in this game you have a backstab, so I kinda wish you had both though. But yeah, this game has backstab, not backstab, that's something else entirely, that's something the rogue does. Yeah, the dodge here isn't the same, well, I want to say button, but it really is down and jump. But that's where the slide was in the first game. I guess sure they could just put them in a different button configuration, but still. It is meant to be a replacement. That guy can just throw himself off the cliff. I wouldn't mind. Come on, follow your friend. Thank you. Oh, I didn't work with that. I'm pretty sure I could destroy the blocks that come falling from the ceiling. Actually should be good here. Assuming you have time to summon her. Or, I mean, you can't just dodge and kill that guy the old-fashioned way. Ooh. Yeah, that guy's a huge wave. Be prepared for that, like, as long as you're staying above the sword's height, generally good to go there. Now let's deal with the fairy here first. Always deal the archers first. I could attack the tank first, like honestly. Unless of course they get in your way and then they have tons of opportunity attacks on you. Goddamn stalwart ability, or whatever it's actually called. Ow. Yeah, they're instant death. Let's just ignore the clowns down here. Now that we know that to the right is just food. Just all the health that we lose by trying to kill that food. Worth it. Oh no. Not worth it. Well, I mean, now I might just as well move all the way here. This is bad. Screw you guys, I'm out of— oh no. I'm not out of here. In fact, that makes the situation only worse. Alright, note to self, don't. Now I can deal with all these clowns, but there wasn't really anything for me to get, so... Oh, that right in front of the boss.
来ましたね。役物化け狐ですか。まったく。あなたたちは何をしようとしているの？といちいち聞くのも飽きたわ。道を開けて。まあまあ。ゆかり様たちが事をなすまであと少し。彼女の目的は？ヒントはこの戦いが苛烈を増すほど。それ？やはり話すつもりはない。
Luma,
そ
don't
してそれまで時間を稼ぐつもりです。
leave the microphone alone, alright, Luma? And my keyboard, and you know what? I already said it. Later, okay? Now she's gonna do stuff to try to get my attention, isn't she?
分かっているじゃない。果たしてあなたが足止めになるかしら。百分は一線にしかずってね。
Alright, I completely forgot how, oh, I'm starting to remember now. When was the opportunity to attack her, though? Oh god, right, that was probably what she did. Ooh, yeah, this spell was difficult. Alright, now I don't think we'll really have any chance of attacking her because everything's just blocked off by the exploding projectiles. Guess now you could get an attack in. You have to dodge the chant like this. Now just, yeah. gonna take me twice before I'm remembering everything. Thankfully, you can also just dodge through Chen. Oh no. Yeah, the lasers deal a ton of damage. The remaining projectiles are really only there to knock you back into the laser. Hello Bloomer, welcome back. How you doing? I'll just stay down here. Try not to get knocked out, I guess. Fail horribly. Oh boy. So for reference sake, my cat was sitting right in front of my face just a second ago. Okay. Right. Now, come on, Ran! Really? You just had to push me around with your full body. Ugh, but this is not looking good. I've lost a lot of life already. This battle's only just begun. But now that I remember that, yeah, flying through this area was the easiest thing to do. We should be fine now. Hopefully. Maybe. Maybe not. Depends on how greedy I'm getting. And how many times I'm getting knocked with the lasers. Like, once equals death. I'll take that. Better done than the laser. One. Nah, it's the second one. Dodge. Ah. Wait, no! God damn it! It happened again! Ah. Oh well, I still have 13 lives left. I'm still good to go. Now fly. Yeah, like only. Like it seems like only the waist area really has a hitbox on our supply. So it's actually deceptively easy to dodge a lot of the projectiles. Sometimes it feels like the hitbox is larger than you think after all. Come down here, Ram, I need to hit ya. Fight, I guess. Sometimes taking damage is kind of advantageous. Hey, Flandre. She was the extra stage boss of USD and Koumajou Densetsu 1, but I did not want to deal with her.
まだ私遊んでないもん。ほら、ギューってして。妹様、おやめください。どうしたの、昨夜。私ずーっと暇だったの。ね、こいつ。何がおかしい。 こうして強大な力が集まってくる。昨夜、あなたとの戦い、また一つ大きく。役目？あなたのお嬢様もお喜びでしょう。お嬢様が？どういうこと？それは直接聞けばいいことでは。お楽しみ。待て！お嬢様が。とにかく。 レミリアを見つけないことにはね。つまんない。ねえねえレイム、遊ぼうよ。妹様、私と遊ぶのもいいけど、一緒についてくればもう。本当？ 面白いで済めばいいのですが。
How about this? Flandre's joined our party. If I recall correctly, Flandre is pretty much just a screen nuke. Essentially the Holy Cross, or the Grand Cross of this game. Meaning I never used it because she costs like 100. But I have to show her off at least once, so... Okay, Bloomin', no. Now you... I'm not sure what kind of button you're pressing, but you're making it so that I cannot pause the game anymore. So please, Bloomin', get off my keyboard. You're rude cat, you. Okay, that still works at least. He's still a rude cat, you know? There we go, I can pause now. She's behaving like she's the boss of this place, which, let's be real here, she's a cat, so she is. But now she's washing herself. Ew! Do you need to do that on my table? I take that as a yes. Come on, Bluma. Please. It was not an invitation to lie down on my lap, thank you. Normally I'd allow that, but right now my controller was on my lap. So, that wouldn't have been good. Anyway. I'm not sure if I should just take a death or a... Oh. Yeah, let's go to tile. Let's refill our lives. I'm amazed actually that I only lost 7 lives here. And I completely forgot to show off Flandre. Let's bring her again. Oh. Guess I shouldn't have gone and refill the lives because I'm about to lose my first one. Stride in the meantime. Gotta stay up here. I have enough to show off Flandre once. And only once. I know she costs only 50. Huh. Neat. And that's what she does essentially, just nukes the screen. Personally, I prefer to do the dirty work myself, so that's why I don't generally use screen nukes. That it just cost too much. I couldn't turn around here. Ooh. That up here should be health, right? Or my death. One of the two. My death. Alright, let's fight over on the right. There we go. Let's see what was actually in there. Maybe it was about to fight for some souls. Oh no, that's a minor restoration. Oh, now you actually do something, okay. This sword fairy here is a little annoying since you can sword clash essentially. Like you can hit her sword and, well, I guess in that case her attack will bounce off of your attack just as your attack bounces off of hers. Yeah, no, this is too risky for me. Actually, help me! It's kind of insane how good Pachuli is in this game, considering how bad the Holy Bible is in proper Symphony of the Night. Which, actually, I think the Holy Bible was a sub-weapon in a game before Symphony of the Night, but I'm not entirely sure. If so, it probably was in Wonder of Blood, the prequel game to Symphony. But I've only played that game once, so I don't entirely remember. I probably should replay that game at some point, since it's a really good game. At least the original one, the... God, which system was it? PC Engine, I think it was called, at least in Japan. But the Super Nintendo remake that, or not remake, but technically port? Yeah. Super Nintendo port that the game got, which I think was called Dracula X. But they get the two names mixed up. Either way, the Super Nintendo version of Rick Development's debut game is bullshit. I think it's shorter and a lot more difficult for no good reason. And you can't even play as Maria in that game, like what gives? Kind of the original PC Engine version of the game. And unsurprisingly, Maria Renard is broken. Like, how did it work? She takes double damage, but in turn, she has a double jump, which allows you to redirect your movement mid-jump. Which is huge in a game where you can not influence your jump arc anymore after you've committed your jump. And she has her standard attack attacks diagonally upward, so you don't need a sub-weapon to attack enemies above you. She can also attack twice, but I don't know how good the actual damage of her regular attack is. I know the range is technically less, but I mean, come on, you can't attack diagonally upward. Like, do you care about your range at that point? Then she just has some really ridiculous, oops, sub-weapons too. Nope. I should just sub actually. Oh no, there's two of them. Unfortunately, that spirit projectile is not destructible. Much better. I always think that these platforms here hurt you because, you know, they seem kind of sharp. But no, they just look like that. They're actually super dull, I guess. Ooh, actually, I guess. Yeah, I guess I should have just used a screen nuke or mailing, but I haven't actually brought it with me. And that's why you always have access with you. There's always going to be an instance where you need to attack above you. But between having the ability to jump freely and the ability to hover for a bit, you don't actually need an axe-like weapon in this game too often. I thought it was dead. Nope. What? I could have sworn there was a secret in here. Was that? Ah, that was only in Phantasm stage. Yeah, considering how often I'm talking about it, might as well explain what it is. The Phantasm stage is essentially a stage rush, more or less. Like you go through several snippets of all the stages of the game. Have a mini boss here and there. And you have to try and get through the entire thing with only 20 lives, while you cannot influence the difficulty of the stage whatsoever. And after that comes a very difficult final boss battle. Ooh, that would have fit me. And in the Phantasm stage, a lot of the areas are, I don't want to say carbon copies, but they are, well, more or less direct snippets from the game. Not all, not everything, I think. Maybe everything, I can't recall. But some of the sections are kind of remixed in the way that some areas that didn't hold secrets now do hold secrets. And some of the areas that do hold secrets are now booby-trapped. Like in the final, oops, the very final area. It's kind of rude that way, but oh well, it's the Phantasm stage. Anyway, boss time at one hit to die.
やはりあなたの仕業ですか、西行寺ゆゆ子。満開まであと少し。
Considering that Saki seems to know Yuyuko, it makes it seem like Perfect Cherry Blossom has in fact happened, but at the same time they do kind of act like they don't know what the Saigyo Ayakashi is and what it does. Like the spring is missing. Oh no, that doesn't sound like Perfect Cherry Blossom at all. So I really wonder if this is an alternate take on Perfect Cherry Blossom or not.
あらそう、残念。ではせめて桜にお水をあげてくださいな。真っ赤な真っ赤な綺麗な水を。来るわよ。
So yeah, this red butterfly here, it's not instant death, but it drains HP off of you rapidly. From what I remember. It might also be instant death. And all the other butterflies just drain HP. All I know is that I don't want to be close to it. Ever.
ひらひらと舞います。そして花のように散ります。
I'm not sure how that worked as well as it did, but I'll take it. And I will take your life, Yuyuko. Eventually. Not right now, though. Yuyuko is just super bullet, not bullet sponge, but bullet heavy, I guess. It's difficult to just find a good spot to actually attack her. Imagine not that hiding. Hope it works out as well the next cycle. And hope that this red butterfly doesn't catch me. Oop, too greedy. Doesn't matter. She's dead. Oh, come on! Really? Really, game? Really, me? I had no reason to jump here. This is the third time this has happened in this game series now. In the last 2 days. Oh shit, yeah, they just drained me. Okay, gotta get my serious face on now for that. That's the smug one. That's the serious one. Yeah, no, I'm just getting too aggressive, too eager. Ah, well. Oh. Don't appreciate how close this red butterfly is. I do like, though, how they represent Yuiko's ability in this game here. Since Yuiko's official ability is to invite people to death, having these butterflies who just drain your life rapidly is kind of a nice representation of that ability. Like, no, she's not hurting you. She's literally just taking the life away from you. That, for some reason, like, I'm still not entirely sure why, but apparently a lot of cultures, butterflies have some kind of relation to death. Which is probably why Yuiko has this butterfly motif going on. Can't have a Castlevania game without a vampire as the final boss. Actually, now I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure there was at least one where the final boss was not Dracula. Or another vampire, but I might be mistaken. I mean, technically, the Aria, Aria and Dawn of Sorrow, yes, the Sorrow sub-series in Castlevania technically doesn't have Dracula as the final boss. Because, spoilers, you are Dracula in that game, kind of. You're Dracula's reincarnation in that game, but you don't know that you are until the end of the first game. And yeah, the final boss wants to resurrect Dracula by killing you and becoming Dracula, and but technically speaking, because of that, you don't fight Dracula or a vampire period in those two games. And funny enough, Aria of Sorrow technically, I believe, is the first Castlevania game that introduced you can learn abilities from enemies that you kill. That every Castlevania from then on has used. Not even just Castlevania, every Igavania, since, well, Ritual of the Night also has that kind of going on. I don't think I'll use either, or any of these remaining abilities here. Like Alice might be nice, but I don't think I'll ever use her. I don't think I'll even use Pachali for that matter, or anybody. Let's be real here, I'm not. Famous staircase once again. And a 1-up just waiting to be caught here. I want to open the secret patch though. I don't just want it to be revealed like that. Oh, why am I still angry? There we go.
さあ、戦いましょう、昨夜。面白いことが起こるわ。お嬢様、話を聞いてください。一体、昨夜、言う通りになさい。ですが。さあ、もっともっと、もっと闘気を高めなさい。戦うのよ。
Alright, it's time to fight against Remelia. And last time when I was fighting Remelia, I was actually remembering a lot more of this game's patterns. This one in particular. If Remelia catches you here, not only will she deal a lot of damage to you. Oh, she turns around now, right? Not only will she deal a lot of damage to you, she will literally suck your blood and restore her own life. So, don't get hit by that attack! Unfortunately, it's also a lot... well... a lot of trouble to actually dodge. Case in point. Like, look at that! She's completely restored her health. Okay, it didn't do too much damage, but... still. And she took away, like, a third of my health. It's really rough getting hit by that attack. And it's also the most difficult to dodge, in my opinion. Well, that worked. Yeah. Jump on. Honestly, I think that this first phase here is a lot more difficult than the first phase of the first game, since it's essentially the same kind of pattern for the most part. It uses a lot of the same attacks, but they all have some kind of minor tweak to it to make it a little bit more difficult to dodge. At the same time, except for this attack right here, no way to dodge that. Except for that attack, I do believe that none of the enemies actually deal as much damage as the first game, so I guess that's how they balance it. But still, the fact that her dash attack just heals her is super rude. And she homes in on your last position just before she starts moving. So you have to be super careful about your positioning, otherwise you're just straight up dead. In some cases, you literally cannot dodge. That run is over. Yeah, sweet girl. Yeah. Yeah, if she lands at the center, she's super difficult to dodge. Oh no. I'm actually surprised to dodge that one. But she is about to die, so as long as I don't get too greedy and not get hit by this attack here, good. I should be fine. There we go. Phase 1 down. Only 11 lives left though, because I started with like 17 instead of 21.
あらあら、吸血鬼風情には荷が重すぎたかしら。よくもゆかり貴様たぎってるわね。でもまだまだよ。許さない。お前は絶対に許さない。いいわ。今度は私が相手になってあげる。
Okay, what was your pattern? Leave it with God. Alright, summoning your familiars. Oh no. If at all possible, you want to avoid getting hit by Chen directly. Or any of the lasers. Case in point, she hurts like a truck. Despite just being a little kitty cat. Oh, you can't. Right, you can't knock them out of the air. I'd say it's not worth trying to go for it though. If you do, fine. Otherwise, well, ah! I think if I didn't run into Yukari there, I would have got it. That's all a lot of the losses are. If only I didn't do that. If only I didn't get hit like the Johnny times. If only I didn't just jump into the laser like an idiot. There we go. Phase 2 down.
そろそろ十分かしら。まだだ。降りてこい。ここからはまたあなたのお嬢様が相手してくださるようよ。お嬢様。お嬢様。そろそろ生と死の境界が交わる頃、才業あやかしに集まった陶器がレミリアに集まるわ。
Right, oh no.
これが生きながらに死を操る力か。
お嬢様おやめください。お嬢様。
なんて素敵な力なの。
ついに完成したわ。あなたたちにこれが止められて。お姉様。
I think for this part it's actually not a bad idea to bring Flandre with you. Actually, it's also pretty good against these things that swirl around.
かかってきなさい、昨夜。わ
かりました。お嬢様。踊りましょう。この命尽きるまで。
Alright, this battle, oh god. So these 3 towers that are surrounding Sakya, not Sakya, Remelia. They should summon these attacks or whatever. Yeah, like this here? I don't. God, it's been so long that I don't recall entirely. But essentially, you want to get rid of them. Especially since at some point they start desyncing. And then it's just all over. Problem is you only have a limited amount of souls until God undo terribly. Actually, I think the hands and the left and right will also start desyncing after some point. getting rid of the towers is pretty much just an accidental thing that you do once you use partially. And I think the hands just aren't even worth going for now. Just worry about Requiem from now on. I'm sure they shoot stuff, but Requiem's almost dead at this point. I don't have partially anymore. Oh no. Die, die, die. Come on, I still have a ton of life left. There we go. How did I do this well? What the hell? I remember back when I did an LP of this game, I think I had to do at least 2 or 3 entire tries with full 20 lives. I guess I still have muscle memory of this battle. Or I had more uses of Pachuli, one of the two. Like, having Pachuli with you in this battle is so good, because you don't really have to deal with the shooting spinny things around Ramaya. That makes a huge difference.
結局何が目的だったのかしら。まあまあ、満開とはいかないけど、こんなに綺麗な桜が拝めて、しかも美味しいお酒まで飲めるんだから、それでいいじゃない。そうですよ。何が不満だって言うんですか？よくないわよ。どれだけ迷惑してると思ってるの。とか言いながら結構楽しんでたじゃない？上司さん。まあそうなんだけど。で、なぜこのような異変を起こしたかを。
ザクよ。それ以上追求してはダメよ。せっかくの料理がまずくなるわ。
ですが。
ザクよ。
はい。お嬢様がそうおっしゃるのであれば。
それにしても運動の後の一杯は
Yes, of course, after this incident, you all have to gather for a flower viewing and have some sake or wine. Or tea. No, tea is not good enough, it must be alcohol. It's a flower viewing after all.
レミリアもこうして無事だったんだし、万事解決。
You didn't do anything, Marisa. In fact, you just... You just got in our way.
そんなこともあったかな。あなたまたそんなことしてたの？抜け目ないわね。ええ、本当に。私は知識の探求に貪欲なだけなんだぜ。ヨウム、もうこっちお団子ないわよ。はい、ただいま。月が本当に綺麗。ヨウムもこっちに来て見てごらんなさいな。はい、ただいま。
Who gave this cat alcohol? Also, who let Flan proud?
もう勘弁してくださいよ。やだ、もっと遊ぶの。アリスはお人形さん投げて爆発させる係ね。ちょっと本当に大丈夫なの？やばいんじゃないの？いくよ。ババーン。うわあ、
神社じゃなくて本当に良かったわ。こうして幻想郷の夜は更けていくのでした。なんてね。
Alright. So, since I didn't take nearly as much time with this as I thought I would, I mean, it's still been 2 hours roughly, but I barely had to continue or anything. Let's start out the Phantasm stage. which we now have access to Remelia, who's a screen nuke, but costs 100. I'm probably not going to use her. In fact, I'm just gonna... no. I mean, I don't really need just a longer range. But 100 is way too expensive. Oh, was it 100? Let's double check at least. I'd probably put for that brain flounder though.
さて、花火大会の招待状をいただいて来てみ。
どう見ても普通に花火を打ち上げる様子はありません
I
ね。
mean, with the power of Denmark, you can make your fireworks on your own.
花火がなければあいつらを花火として打ち上げちゃえばいいんじゃないの？
In fact, that was the story, or not this, well, kind of the story of one of the one-shots in, God, in one of the monthly books, or not monthly, quarterly books, I think.
自分が花火を打つんじ
Where
ゃなく
several
て？
characters just gathered and held a fireworks show for the humans of the human village by just shooting off the Maku patterns.
そんなのいつもやってるじゃない。
やる方はたまったもんじゃないけどね。まあどちらにせよ血の花火を上げることになりそうですよ。
Anyway, I have 50, so I probably cannot make use of Remelia, yeah. Yeah, so the Phantasm stage is kind of like a short remix version of the main game, where everything deals a lot more damage and is a lot more ruthless. In fact, all I want to do right now is show off Remelia real quick before I go and switch her out again. I might not even be able to. Case in point, I'm dead. Yeah, Remelia just throws Spear to Gungnir. Which, yes, is called Spear to Gungnir, not Gungnir the Spear. I blame Zoom for not knowing the proper English grammar. But yeah, that thing just deals a ton of damage. I did my keyboard disconnect just for a second. Odd. Anyway, I'm not gonna bring Remy with me. In fact, I don't even think that I'll get to the end, but meh. Let's have one screen nuke in case I need it. And skip. Yeah, Patchouli is really good at this stage here, considering so many enemies have projectiles and be destroyed with the Philosopher's Stone. Of course, if I can somehow not make use of the Philosopher's Stone and save some souls, that's even better. Oh no, it's Lily. Mei-Ling, save me! Get down here, Lily White, you little annoyance. Lily White is the stage 4 mid-boss of, yeah, of Perfect Cherry Blossom. And the constant annoyance in, what's it called, the Desk Glory of Flower View. That worked way better than I thought it would. Lily doesn't have any ill intentions, she just wants to announce spring by doing the only thing she knows how, and that is by showering everybody in lots of projectiles. Oh right, it's that portion. Oh no, I'm dead. Maybe I'm not. Oh no, I'm dead. And there was no checkpoint yet. And the Phantasm stage is brutal. I did the Let's Play years and years ago. I definitely took several tries to finish this. So don't expect me to even get to the end here. Nice, you're alive again. Like Fairy of Spring. probably could have chosen a better fighter in 2. Whatever. It's a disconnected controller. What? Oh dear. Okay, let's retry. Not sure if the controller keeps disconnecting now. Alright, have a deal, Vice Perry. I at least want to make the mini boss, which at this rate might not even happen. Okay, Lily, come over here. Much better. Also, I just realized this calls for the serious face. Whiten out the glasses! I mean, I made this avatar for this reason, pretty much. Especially the glasses part. Okay, oh god, I'm pretty much dead. Now let's refresh that immediately. Haven't done better at all. God damn it! Forgot that none of the fairies actually shot projectiles that can't be blocked. I guess that's one instance where spear living near would be pretty good, because it clears out several screen widths. We're pretty much back to the first game's damage numbers now. Which goes to show just how much more difficult the first game was. On hard, anyway. I mean, I played this one on hard too, and I only had one continue, didn't I? Or two, maybe? Oh, what? I only walked up the stairs. Not good. Now let's see if I can be cheeky here. Somewhat. Oh. No. Oh, no. I feel like just bouncing off of these fairies' heads is the easiest way to go about this. But it's still not easy. The problem is with flight, you're incredibly slow. And if you try to just actually kill all the fairies on your way, you have to make heavy use of sub-weapons, I feel. Ah. I do have a lot of launders now, so I guess I could make use of her at least. Nope. Crap. Sadly, these platforms start falling by proximity when you touch them. But I made it to the mid-boss against the 3 fairies of light. I don't recall how to fight them anymore. I mean, this one. Screw all of you. This, it's not how I did it in the Let's Play, definitely not. Look. If I can get that knight to come a little closer, please. Or I'll just use melee. That'll be a trick. Guess there is good reason to bring some weapons after all. Oh, wait. Go here, you ghost head. I saw you, Archer. That fly didn't jump, and what? That flight didn't work is what I meant to say, but close enough. Yeah, pretty much just want to kill this flaming dog here. So otherwise he'll just get hit by ghost hands. Or the ghost heads for that matter. Oop. Yeah. Okay, who was the mid-boss here? Chen again.
やっと出てきたわね。花火大会の会場はここかしら？
ここかもしれないし、そうじゃないかもしれない。やっぱりあいつらが花火で正解じゃない。
やっぱり浴衣着てくればよかったかな。
Okay, versus Chen. I don't entirely recall what she did here, but it's coming back to me now. Yeah. Red Oni, Blue Oni. Which is actually a spell card she uses in the extra stage of Perfect Cherry Blossom. Ah, this is how I want to feel about. Oh no. Guess I'm trapped here. Speedy Chen. That almost worked. Just fly through here. Don't even bother trying to dodge anything with backstab. Backdash, whatever. Oh no, this was that. Also, do your best not to get hit by Chan's body when she's dashing, otherwise you're just straight through. Yeah, you messed up, Chen, I agree. Alright, next part of the stage. Something very non-stage-like. the library, so... Yeah, this calls for actually. Not the ghost sorcerer witch thing is actually affected by Patchouli, but everything else was. Oh no. I mean, it is still affected in the sense that it takes damage, but projectiles don't get destroyed by the Philosopher's Stone. And don't want to bother. Run. Didn't notice the projectile coming further behind. It was working so well otherwise. I should just be using that. In fact, screw it. I don't need this life. And now you come down. Alright? Ghost. Not this one. I'm a big ghost. The ghost that's summoning you. Down here was nothing, except for a ghost. It's only triggered by us actually getting down. But it's not. Gotta have my energy recharge first. I should just be using punch, really. I'm just taking damage because I'm refusing to use her, but now I'm definitely refusing to use her. Yeah, no, I give up. No. What do you mean I got hit by that one twice? Rude. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I thought I'd die now. This is the room that I was remembering earlier. Right, from what I remember, I have to fight that guy. And yeah, I do. It's also this area. And it's just super rude. This guy might be just screen nuke worthy. Let's actually just use my lane. Should also just be dealing. Nope, never mind. Yeah, this guy with all of his jumping and attacking is super rude. Oh yeah, and if he grabs you, you take more damage. Worth it. Do this, I punch it. And that is incidentally why you want to bring Patchouli to the Phantasm stage. So you can't just cheat through everything. Not want to deal with all of these projectiles, honestly. Oof. That was dead there for a... God damn it. Well, I'm redoing this now, so I might as well just grab some extra souls, I guess. here because I'm using Patchouli and not actually kill anything with her. As long as I don't die when I'm getting through here, the investment's good enough. Because there's the next boss.
うちのタマがお世話になったの。タマっていうか、あんたんとこの猫じゃない。
悪くない花火だったわ。
あなたはどんな色の花火を打つのかしらね。
ワクワクする。
そいつは見てからのお楽しみってね。
Where's this run? Pretty sure she makes use of the lasers again, but I might be mistaken. I'm not. Thankfully, all the mini bosses here have relatively little life.
そちらさん人数多いんじゃ。今頃気づいた？
I mean, there's only 4 of us,
バカな人。
technically. Because the game didn't allow me to bring more. Like, story-wise, everybody's here with us. Except for Marisa, I think. It's just, since Marisa's technically not a familiar partner. Ah, the sword. Fairy again. God. She's even more rude here. Has to be expected. Just like this. Just like everything, really. Jesus. Alright, actually it is. Come on, Sword Fairy. The best thing for against this one is to just have it rush past you and then backstab it. At this rate, I'm gonna go to the final boss without any souls, and I'm fine with that. I don't actually tend to defeat the final boss. The Phantasm stage, that's just no. You need to practice for this marathon specifically. Maybe don't, well, there's a chance you can make it, but there's also a chance to win the lottery. It's unlikely, but it might happen. Stop comboing me! Nope. At this rate, I just need all my lives to get to the final boss. Unsurprisingly, the boss of the Phantasm stage is more difficult than the boss of the proper game. Come on! Screw you, I'm out of here. Screw you, I'm dead, I guess. There we go. Not sure why she was giving me so much trouble. That was foolish. I almost got hit by that with my rash actions. I'll take it. The hers have a little bit of a hit stun after you hit them. So sometimes you delay their next attack just a little bit so they actually hit you afterward. attack deflected here. Ow! Crud! Didn't land, instead floated. Oh, the shield actually saves me here. Nice. Okay, now I definitely need that food. I do not want to fight that. Now let's cheap our way through. And... oh, it was just some souls? Man. I thought there was some health here. Oh. What are you doing up here? Rude. Oh, I knew that you were here, but I did not remember the 2 axe berries. Come on, let me hit you. There we go. There we go. Pretty sure that I'm close to the end. Better not risk anything. Especially if I don't need to. Too late with that flurry of slashes. Never mind, I'm out of here. Yeah, and up here is an instant death trap, followed by a 1-up. Incredibly rude. Alright. We've made it.
ごきげんよう。やっとお出ましね。花火大会楽しんでくれてるかしら。
あなたのところの猫と狐が割といい仕事してたわよ。
それは光栄ね。
でもちょっとインパクトに欠けるわね。結構すごい勢いでしたけど。私のスペルカードの方が綺麗。
あら、お嬢様方はもっと激しいのがお好みなのかしら。
I'm actually fine with the aggression of the previous 2 battles, but
あなたにそれができますかね。少しは楽しませなさいよね。
大した余裕ね。人間群れると気が大きくなるのかしら。まあいいわ。お望みとあれば。
ワクワク。楽しいね。
思う存分楽しませてあげる。
Well, I have no clue how to fight this battle anymore. All I remember is
これはどうかしら。
that this sucks.
いいわよ、その調子。
Right, back dashing or something. Yeah, this is essentially her entire pattern. Except, of course, not getting hit is the difficult portion. Yeah, no, I'm not. Okay, get 2 quick hits in while she's summoning this crap here. Yeah, I still have no clue how to dodge that stuff. And it's such a large portion of the... Oh wow, that's just bad. I guess can hide out in the distance here. Somewhat. But I only have limited flight, so it only works for so long. Really? Well, that's projectile. Okay. Ow, what? The laser was still present, really? Dude. This time Chen hit me. Yeah, this battle against Hikari is just super rude. There's so many projectiles constantly. You only have so little time to actually hit her. You know what? Not to spam. Well, I halfway killed her. But I'm dead too. Yeah, that's the problem with this battle. You have to be so aware of everything. Wait, what the fuck just hit me? But this part is just the worst. Like earlier, I was saying like your hitbox is which one was I trying to go for? I don't know. Like it's deceptively, right? It's deceptively small, but that doesn't matter when there's just stuff everywhere. Oh right, also I think if you beat the Phantasm stage, you unlock an Amake, which is just some random comedy skits, more or less. But yeah, I just wanted to show the Phantasm stage or the final boss of that, and I'm fine with leaving it at this. And instead, right, wrong button. And instead, go and play some Perfect Cherry Blossom now. That said, let me load up the game. And not be angry anymore. Hey Jesse. Do you want to stop me from playing now? Now let's see. Did I not have a... Alright. Why is it booting up in full screen? I never play these games in full screen. So that's surprising. Alt-Enter should... No. What do you mean Alt-Enter doesn't go into windowed mode? That's surprising. I guess there is something in the settings for that though. So that's alright. Now let's see. The game's coming back in just a second. Oh, that's what I meant. The game might be coming back in just a second, assuming that my computer still works. Oh god. I think the game thought it was focused when it really wasn't, and now everything's broken. That happens every once in a while. Okay. Now, let me make that screen bigger by just a little bit. Let's see. That should be the right dimension. Oh dear. There we go. Except the game's broken again now. Yeah, I think I'm continuously pressing down now. Let me fix that. Yeah, for some reason that keeps happening with the old Touhou games, even on Windows, before I switched over to Linux, where it's just like, oh, you tapped out? Well, I guess you were pressing down continuously. Oops. That's my desktop background. There we go. Oh. Yeah, I was resizing or scaling the thing. Also, the game's awfully loud for some reason, I just realized. Much better. How do I reset transform? Reset, there we go. Live, everybody! There we go. Oh no. That's what I was talking about, incidentally. It thinks I'm pressing down continuously. And no matter how much I'm pressing down, we'll fix this. But, fourth time's the charm, as they say. And that's my other desktop background. I have two! That's actually one cool thing about Linux, that you can have multiple desktop backgrounds on different computer screens. Anyway, we finally made it. And since we've been playing as Sakya just a second ago, let's continue to do so. We have two options. Which one was good? I think Sakya A was garbage and B was broken? Or was... No, Marisa B was literally broken in Mountain of Faith, which means that Sakya A was amazing and B was, I don't know what. So let's go for Sakya A. Yes, that's the good one. Because this shot type here is homing. Homing is always good. Oh right, that border doesn't exist yet. Yeah. It's so weird going back to the old Touhou games, where just the new ones just have some quality of life improvements the old ones don't have, and it's always weird to see things not being present yet. But at least in this game, even without mods, in just a second, if I ever need to focus, there we go. Yeah, we can now see our hitbox while we're focusing. Hello, Cherno! Who are you in Koumajou Densetsu 2? I mean, I guess you're only a mid-boss here, so not enough of a presence. But hey, at least you are a mid-boss compared to, say, Requiem, who doesn't make an appearance in this game at all. Or Mei Ling, who also doesn't make an appearance at all. Man, poor Mei Ling. She's one of my favorites. Well, in my like top 20 or 30, I don't know. There's just so many good Touhou characters. Oh, I guess I don't have the English translation, I guess? Well, I guess we don't have a story this time. Also, missing in Koumajou Densetsu 2, Lady Whiterock. She's a Yuki on I believe, and has powers over cold. Kind of like Chirna, but as a yokai rather than a fairy. Oh, right. This game's gimmick is that if you summon, if you collect enough of the pink collectibles, you gain a cherry border, is what it's called, which will protect you from one single attack for the next couple seconds. The game's a little loud. Yeah, it'll protect you from the next hit for the next couple seconds, and if you don't get hit during that time frame, you get points, which doesn't really do much in the grand scheme of things. Like, the only thing you care about is the blue point items, because they, in this game, give you extra lives now, compared to the embodiment of the Scarlet Devil, where just having a high score of, or a score of a certain type, of a certain amount, would give you the one-ups. There we go. I was waiting for these fairies to appear. And here she is. Chen! The Black Cat of Youyoumu. And one of the few characters whose title I actually remember. Like, every character has at least one descriptive title. One per game usually. Sometimes they switch up the title in different games. There we go. Look at the bomb. Oh right, because I now have full power, or max power as it is displayed here. If I go up to a certain height on the screen, I collect all the collectibles immediately. Same with if I have the cherry border. Then also all collectibles just fly towards me. Yeah, the auto collect border at the top in future games, it just is there immediately, even if you don't have maximum power. In fact, it technically starts from the next game onward, that mechanic, but only halfway. Like in the next game, you have two characters with you at the same time, and if you are the character that you need to hold focus for, like the slow movement here, if you are in that mode, you can automatically collect the items at the top, even without being at full power. Incidentally, the next game, because of its mechanic where you have to be in focus mode to get access to the second character, that was the first time that I noticed that focus mode in fact exists. Before then, I played all the Touhou games from 1 through 7 before I played the 8th one, because I wanted to go in order. Well, I did start with the one with the Scarlet Devil, which is technically the 6th game, but yeah, then I went back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then played 7. Yeah, up until the 8th game, I did not know that there's a slow movement. It made the game a lot easier once I knew it was there. In my defense though, Touhou 1 is not a shoot 'em up, and Touhou 2, while it is a shoot 'em up, did not have slow movement, neither did Touhou 3. And by Touhou 4, I thought, yeah, I know how the game works, so I don't have any need to look at the controls, because, yeah, I've played all these games. Yeah, it seems like there was a new mechanic added in. Being slow movement. Also, Chen, you make me lose a bomb already. How rude. To be fair, I probably didn't even need to use that bomb, but I don't want to risk anything. have a lot of bombs, I have a lot of lives that restock my bombs. Yeah, it's kind of funny how Chen is just here. Yeah, she's the stage 2 boss, but in reality she has quite some ties with the villains of this game. Hey, Alice, you're here already? Damn. Fun fact, Alice's involvement in this game here? There is none. Or no reason for it, rather. She's just here. Not involved with the plot. Well, okay, to be fair, most stage 1 through 3 bosses don't have an involvement. Mei Ling have an involvement with the instigator of the incident. Was actually one of the rarer occurrences. Alice is literally just here because Zoon wanted to have a partner for Marisan the upcoming game. From what I believe to remember, maybe I'm wrong here, but I believe that's the reason why he added Alice here, despite, well, there not really being any reason for her to be here. And the special case with Alice is that she actually, her first appearance was in the 5th game. And between game 5 and 6, you could say the timeline split. Since everything that happens from games 1 through 5 is not canon anymore. Not really. Like, you can assume that it is still kind of canon unless it specifically contradicts with something that happens in the newer games. So it's pretty much assumed that like characters like Mima, which was a fan favorite in the first 5 games. Actually, Mima appeared in games 1, 2, 3, and 5. And now she doesn't exist anymore. Ah shit. Yeah. Kind of funny and sad how that is. Yeah, Alice appeared in Touhou 5 for the first time, and I guess to show people that yeah, Alice is still canon, soon put her into this game here. Although Alice looks a lot more different than she originally did. Like the original Alice, how she appeared in Touhou 5, she's essentially just Alice Little from Alice in Wonderland. Except she always had dolls with her, I guess. But in the extra stage of Touhou 5, Alice was literally, like her stage was literally a reference to Alice in Wonderland, where like card soldiers were enemies, and I guess that's mostly it. But I think the stage theme of the extra stage in Touhou 5 is called Alice in Wonderland, though. Anyway, this theme here is really good. And thank goodness for homing, otherwise I would not hit her at all. I was stuck in the lower right corner. Ah, amazing music. I think I'll shut up for now. I think this song is my favorite song in this entire game, and if not, then it's super close to it. No, you're not supposed to be able to shoot down these fairies as quickly as you are. That's just a Sakia thing. Oh no. They explode now on death. Uh-oh, trapped myself. Never mind. Hello, constant annoyance. Telling us it's spring! Like, look at this shit. Bomb. Yeah, all of these explosion deaths here just home in on you for the most part, so as long as you don't move around too much, you're actually good to go. I guess they don't home in, but they're targeted. Yeah, typical spring. Pollen everywhere. Dodge all the pollen or else you'll have to sneeze. And lose a life, I guess. Yeah, most of these projectiles here are just targeted at you. Not this one though. Sadly. Really, you died just as I wanted to do a bomb. Oh well. I have max lives anyway. Anyway, here we are the Prism River Sisters. Well, one of them anyway. There are the other two. Depending on which character you're using, you end up fighting against a different one of these three sisters. Phantom itself is also a really good song though. Super cheerful. Yeah. These three sisters here are... Oh god, no. I just remembered Merlin is the worst one. Each one of them has a different theme, and Merlin has the theme of fuck you, I'm having curvy lasers. Fuck no. Yeah, the three Prism River Sisters are, well, they have a band which, well, each of these three plays a different instrument, with Merlin being the one in charge of the trumpets. Lunasa is playing the violin, and Lurica, the one at the right, is playing the keyboard. And I guess she has a soundboard on that as well, so she can just play pretty much any instrument she needs. Because I think she's technically also in charge of the drums. Nope, I'm bombing. You're stage 4, now I'm allowed to bomb. Each of the sisters too has, like, how does it exactly work? Like, by playing their music, each of the sisters invokes a different feeling of the people. Lunasa, the one in charge of the violin, invokes melancholy. Merlin invokes a manic feeling. And just listening to those two would drive you insane because of the incredibly different types of emotion you'd be feeling at the same time. And that's where Lyrica's power comes in, because she can harmonize the melodies of the other two. So it actually sounds like a pleasant performance. Thankfully, hitting any one of these three here gets the health bar of all three of them down. So essentially they share one health pool. There we go. Yeah, stage 4 is usually the stage where, or used to be, I don't recall if they still does that in the newer Touhou games. I don't think it really does anymore, but in the first couple of Windows games, or even before Windows, stage 4 is usually the stage where the Maku patterns of the bosses are dependent on the player character. Like how Patchouli uses different different spell cards dependent on dependent on which character setup you have. The Prison Rivers sending out a different sister dependent on which character you're playing as. In the next game, stage 4 has you fight against a different character altogether. Since in the next game, stage 4 has you either fight as Marisa or Reino. If you're playing as Reino, obviously you're fighting as Marisa. If you're playing as Marisa, you're fighting against Reino. And if you are playing one of the other two playable teams, then you're playing as, well, one of the, well, either Marisa or Reimo, depending on who you are. I don't recall who quite soon. Also, hello Youyoumu. Hello cat. Well, while I'm pausing the game anyway, might as well. Good music's over. That means sad face. Hey, Jesse. Has Bluma sent you here to be my constant distraction now? Is that how it works? Yes. I like you too. But now get off, okay? Off does not mean on top of my graphics tablet, Jesse. Yep. And I'll stay off my table, okay? I take that as a yes, but... No, I take that as a, okay, then I'm going up from the other direction. Cats. When no means only as long as you're not looking. No, as long as you're looking. Yeah, Youyoumu is incredibly fast, so that makes it sometimes seem like time is slowing down, despite time slowing down being my ability! And throwing knives. Knives are way cooler than swords, as any rogue can tell you. And just look at the backstab damage. God, I don't remember half of these. Okay, I do remember half of these patterns, but I don't remember how to properly dodge them anymore because it's been forever since I've actually played Perfect Cherry Blossom. Yeah. I do come back to Embodiment of the Scout Devil every once in a while, but this game here, for some reason, I don't nearly as often. Also, yes, the things that cannot be cut by Youmu's sword, the Rokan-ken, forged by the yokai, are next to none. So she's now cutting through bullets. And I'm spawning. Like, really, who needs to cut through bullets if you can just use a bomb? That's way more efficient. What do you do right here? Oh, that. Do I even want to be here? I don't know, but I want a bomb. I'm not invulnerable anymore. Yeah, the big downside with Sake is that her bomb too is homing in on the enemy. Meaning that you're not really clearing a whole lot of the screen. Unfortunately. Okay, I guess I want to stay as far down as possible, while not being too far down, because otherwise I'll run into newly spawning projectiles. There we go. Right, here Youyoumu just slows down time for you so you can actually make it through properly. How nice of her. How did I not get hit here? What? Over here. I think that's a bit... yeah. No. Should have just used the bomb. Ah well. And that's it. Even the death animation is slowed down. Now Youmu's lying to us, pretending she's slowing down time, when in reality, she's just changing color palettes. I'm not sure how I did not get hit here, but I'll take it. And the extra points. Not that they actually do anything. And here we have Yuka, the final boss of this game. Person responsible for stealing Spring in an attempt to revive the giant cherry blossom tree Saigyo Ayakashi, which we can see in the background of her spell patterns. But she just wants to know, like, she knows that somebody is buried beneath this tree, and she just wanted to know who it is who's buried there. And for that she needs to reawaken the tree. Fun thing is that the the person being buried under that tree has been buried there to seal the tree's true power, since the tree has the ability to just kill people. And it's doing that because that's how this tree gets more powerful. And the person lying under the tree and sealing it is none other than Yuyuko herself. Her human body. Since now she's a ghost. Except she doesn't remember any of that anymore. Oops. Well, she knows that she's a ghost, but she doesn't know that, well, it's her body lying there. And that the tree is actually super dangerous. Otherwise she wouldn't be doing any of this. Alright, how do these knives work? Were they kind of foaming, or are they in a predetermined path? I do not recall. But they do seem to be predetermined. Oh no, maybe not. Yeah, that tree is really nasty. One fun fact about this boss here, actually. Oh god, it's the pattern we've seen in Koumajou Densetsu. Yeah, that's where they got that. Wait, they have a hitbox here? Huh. Anyway. Yeah, these projectiles here just foam in onto your last position. There we go. Yeah, the cool thing is that since a lot of the patterns here restrict your movement incredibly much, the fan that Yuyuko is producing during the spell patterns, oh god, I need to focus. Yeah, the fan that she's creating, the entire fan is just a giant hitbox, so you don't actually have to target anything, you will hit Yuyuko. Assuming that she has the fan out, which right now she doesn't. And this is another one of the patterns we've seen during the boss battle against her. Oh god. And final spell. Without a giant fan, unfortunately. Yeah, these giant bubble projectiles, by the way, their hitbox is incredibly small compared to their actual sprite. Like pretty much the entire white portion of it. Okay, can't see it right now, but if it comes up again, you can take another look. But yeah, the entire white portion of that giant bubble projectile, pretty much the entire thing is not a hitbox. Okay, I'm using... Actually, this is the final spell card, so bombs shouldn't work to deal damage. I mean, I'm still using a bomb though. Maybe it does deal damage. Anyway, you thought it was over? Nope. The tree awakens. So, you remember how Yuyuko summoned all that, oh nice, it's how she's collected all that spring? Well, he defeated Yuyuko. All that spring is now being released. I guess this is a... This is just a timed spell card. Just have to live until the very end. Until the timer runs out. And there it is. Another fun fact about this spell card here is the spell card name, which we couldn't see unfortunately, is something like Saigyo Ayakashi Awakening or something, and has a percentage at the very end, like 20%, 40%, 60%, 80% or something, with the higher percentages being the higher difficulties, implying that on the higher difficulties you took so long that the Saigyo Ayakashi was just about to awaken. Whereas on the easier difficulties you made it there far earlier. And because Alright, so one more I want to show one more thing off. Oh wow, I'm third. Huh. Not needed. So this game here does not only have an extra stage, which every Touhou game has, but also a Phantasm stage, which is a more difficulty extra stage, essentially. I'm not even gonna make it to the end, I just want to show it off. So in the main game we've defeated Youyoumu, so we have restored spring to the world. But in the extra stage, we set out to go and punish the person having made it possible for Youyoumu to collect the spring to begin with. Except in the extra stage, Yukari wasn't actually here, so we now go for a second time when Yukari is actually awake and we can actually beat her up. Because yeah, Yukari and Yuka are friends, and Yukari for some reason had the idea to, yeah, let's just help Yuka out, even though she knew exactly, Yukari did. Yukari knows exactly about the power of the Saigyo Ayakashi and who is lying beneath it. But you can't say no to her best friend, can she? Also yes, this stage here is incredibly rude. Also here's Seran, the final boss of the... oh, I said final. The boss of the extra stage. In the extra stage, Chen would be the mid-boss. But here, Ran is, and I'm Balmy. I just want to make it to Yukari. I don't want to beat her. Yeah, it's essentially, so Shen is the familiar of Ran, and Ran is the familiar of Yukari, so Shen is the familiar of the familiar. Bomb. Not worth it. Oh dear. And dead. Ran, could you please stop spin dashing? Thank you. At one point I did actually beat the stage here in its entirety with, I believe it was Sakya A actually. But I was in really good shape back then. I was practicing that stage for a long time. And not commentating. That's also always one thing you have to consider. That commentating takes away quite a bit of brain power. Especially in such hectic games. Was that it? No. Oh, right. These things are actually a callback to the PC-98 games, so Touhou 2 to 5. where at the end of every stage, these just projectile towers essentially would appear and just shoot a little bit at you. But the Windows games, the Zoom has kind of dropped it, but he brought it back for the extra stage and the Phantasm stage. Oh shit, I'm out of bombs. Well, that worked. But I think this is the last time where we actually see these kind of projectile things. Anyway, Yukari had an amazing boss theme. Not sure how I made it through there, but I'll take it. Yeah, we've seen that pattern too. Although when Ran was using it in Koumajou Densetsu, but I think Ran also has a pattern similar to this one. Since since Ran and Yukari share quite a bit of a... Actually, do they share projectiles? I don't remember. I mean, do they share the spell cards? I think they have a bit of an overlap here and there. Since, essentially, since Ran is Yukari's familiar, Yukari's essentially lending some power to her. Just like Ran is sharing some of her power with Chen. Alright, those are targeted at me. Oh no. I messed that pattern up. Still made it. I'll take it. That I won't take though. Also, I'm not sure what I... Oh right, Yukari dropped an extra life. Right. Having to bomb through non-spells is pretty much a sign that you're not going to make it. Like, if you look at the left of Yukari's health bar, which is currently red, you can see some little yellow dots, I guess. Those are extra spell cards. Yeah. I'm definitely not beating Yukari. Unsurprisingly. Especially since bombing makes Yukari just invulnerable. Hey, but it's not my worst performance. Bit of a shame that I couldn't show off more of her spell cards, but it is what it is. Anyway, yeah, that's the true power level of Phantasm level. But that's truly it for today. Not sure what I'm gonna stream next time, since I'm now done with all the Touhou games I wanted to play. Well, that's a lie, I have another Touhou game that I want to play, but let's put it this way. I'm done with Koumajou Densetsu. Yeah. I'll stream whatever I'll be in the mood for next time I have some time. Also, AI, that is just showing off. I'll allow it though. So, I'll be ending it for today. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time, whenever that will be. See you.